I take it one step further. You heard it here first from me. I think he's onto a coin called Energy Web that is for trading energy carbon credits, and I think there's something there that he's doing, because he is involved in that specific project through a funding mechanism he has. So I think there's something there. I don't know.
Enron 2.0?
Probably.
There's also been rumors that around the time Elon started tweeting about his kids buying Dogecoin, that a large account started buying Dogecoin and now has something like $26 billion in Doge and isn't selling.
Yeah. By the way, Martin, your mic is a tiny little bit quiet compared to everyone else. Yeah, look, I just want to add to that. I think that Elon definitely has that problem reaction solution stuff going on. This is what the typical government sort of modus operandi actually as well. Problem reaction solution, and yeah, I definitely think he'll come out something. The thing is, he can't come out with a proof of work miner, because even if you take if there's a miner that's less energy, it doesn't matter, because you're incentivizing it with coins, with money, which means you'll get more and more and more and more difficulty to the point where it'll just end up catching up with Bitcoin if it's successful. So there's, proof of work is fundamentally, in that sense of, if you're taking it from pure Muskian.
Well, and let's also all agree that Musk fell into a logic trap here. And as have many on Twitter have said, during the beginning of Tesla, when he would be criticized, they would say, well, you built this beautiful electric car and you built this electric pump that puts the energy in there, but all the electricity that's going in there is dirty. It's all from coal mines. It's all these things. And he had to deal with the same exact argument that your beautiful new system is still connected to our dirty old system. Therefore, it is worthless. And he was able to fight this with Tesla, but then there's some kind of disconnect in his brain. He couldn't fight this with Bitcoin, and he laid it down in this weird half manner where Tesla's still holding the coins. Elon's now on Twitter bragging about their diamond hands, which I hate to tell you something, Elon, but when you're a billionaire and you know where your next 10,000 meals are coming from, and you don't have to worry about paying your healthcare and all these kind of things, it's not hard to have diamond hands. Like, no rich person in a country club was ever laughing about how they didn't sell an investment because they're so rich. You're not really understanding the culture here and what's going on. You're just appropriating, which for other cultures can be very bad, Elon. So I know no one gives a shit about the cryptocurrency culture and appropriating our memes. But for other people, I wouldn't do that. So I also wanted to go back to something that Josh said about how this keeps happening, and that somehow Bitcoin and the amount of money that's here is a lightning rod. And it's a lightning rod for scammers and for narcissists, right? And we have some of the best narcissists in the business, right? And like Josh says, they all have a pattern. They come in, they love Bitcoin, they get on board, they think it's great. Maybe we start calling them, Bitcoin Jesus, like Roger Ver, right? Everyone loves him. Then all of a sudden, he's like, I can't quite make enough money on Bitcoin, or whatever it is, right? It's not fast enough. There's not enough transactions.
It's not mine.
Yeah, it's not mine. I don't own it all. Like, I should have gotten in the pre-mine. So then they make their own coin. Roger ended up with Bcash. He didn't really make it, but he joined them. Then along came Vinnie Lingham, right? The same thing, this appeal to authority, someone who has a voice outside of Bitcoin. Therefore, their voice must be more important than the people inside of Bitcoin. So they come in, and everyone loves Vinnie Lingham, and he's all into Bitcoin and Shark Tank and all this. Suddenly, he's got his own coin, Civic, and you can save the government with Civic, and it's going to be a government coin, and he's telling you how great it is. All of a sudden, Elon Musk comes in. Everybody loves him. He's got Tesla. He's got an Iron Man suit. He can fly, all of this stuff, right? And same thing starts happening. Bitcoin is just not good enough for him. Bitcoin's not big enough. It's not fast enough. It's not clean enough, right? Pretty soon he's going to have Elon Musk coin. So we do seem to keep having this. And I think it's very similar to what John Lennon said about the Beatles, how they were bigger than Jesus. And that they have this problem with Bitcoin where the closer you get to it, it's like getting close to the sun. You're just going to spiral in because you're not as big as the sun. You're not as big as the whole galaxy, like Zaphod Beeblebrox in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, with a total perspective vortex where he could see how small he was in the universe. And I think that happened to Roger, and it happened to Vinny, and it happened to other people. When you get close to Bitcoin, you're like, I'm really insignificant and small. And that happened to Elon. And Elon was like, no, I am bigger. I am bigger than Bitcoin. And now we're going to find out who the biggest is. I love it that he's holding it too. The company's holding it. He's bashing it. And he drives the price by 50% of something his company holds. It's like,
it's very, very well said, Thomas. But I think, really, when you saw that crash happening, I guarantee it, his board of directors were on the phone to him saying, can you fucking tweet about how you're holding this shit? We've just lost $1 billion, Elon, with your phone. Can you put your phone down? And I guarantee it. And he quickly tweeted, we got diamond hands. Suddenly the market turns around, as well as my brother-in-law selling. So, that turned the market.
They went up quite fast, actually. It recovered the losses in no time from the previous day. So this diamond hands, yes, he's got a huge mouthpiece and it works very well. But he shouldn't just, we had Bitcoin before Elon, and we will have Bitcoin after Elon. So I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Yeah, the important thing is, it really, like you said, it really doesn't matter. Look, Bitcoin dealt with China FUD. China is way bigger than Elon, and it's dealt with China FUD over and over again, to the point where when China FUD comes out, the market generally doesn't react to it. Like some people are blaming this downturn on China bans Bitcoin thing again, but like Thomas said, the price was just really high. It's probably correcting. Yeah, that might have done a little bit to it. But generally, the market is so used to China FUD now that we don't react. So eventually it'll get that with Elon as well. It got like that with John McAfee. It got like that with Roger Ver. After a while, when these people FUD and FUD and FUD on it, after a while, it's like, over it. People just keep buying, because at the end of the day, the mantra is, folks, there is only 21 million of the very first cryptocurrency ever invented. 21 million.